Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I'm just doing a quick Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine read. I already put the cards out because I already tried to do this, but I don't have enough time in 15 minutes because I only have my iPad with me. I'm here visiting my daughter. So I'm going to give you the read now so I can get as much information about it out as possible because there's a lot of information here. I have 5 decks and I was intending to pull a card each for the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, Twin Flames. And of course I got more than one card for each, so there's a lot of information here. So I'm going to get right into the underlying energies. So first from the Golden Tarot, the underlying energy was the King of Pentacles, but also we had the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Cups underneath it. Okay, and this is the underlying energy for both. So we have the King of Pentacles, and I'm definitely getting that people were sitting on things until Thanksgiving was done, okay, and that something has definitely been spoken about or held back yesterday at Thanksgiving. Sitting on something until Thanksgiving. But I'm getting exposure. Something definitely came out yesterday at Thanksgiving. Okay. So whether that was to a King of Pentacles, a father figure maybe. But the King of Pentacles, the Pentacles doesn't come up much in the main read, but that's the underlying energy. And it was definitely with the Three of Cups from Thanksgiving yesterday. From the Tarot of Sexual Magic, the underlying energy we have here. So you see the Magician there in the middle, the Four of Wands, and then the Eight of Swords, okay, which is I see as the energy stealing card. And with this Magician is not very nice looking. There's definitely some manipulation going on here. It's not a nice energy at all. We have the Four of Wands, but it might have to do with a home or a marriage. But there's some kind of, you know, underhandedness going on here on both sides. Okay, some sneakiness, and like the sexual energy's been coming up this week as well. Not so much that I noticed it last night, but the night before was definitely some energy coming through. And then we have for the numerology deck, the underlying energy was just love, and in reverse, this is actually more significant than like this. So this is very significant love, which is number 6. Then in the Romance Angels, underlying energy was retreat. And underneath that was you deserve love. So that's for both as well. And the retreat says it's time to disconnect from the world. You deserve love says you are lovable. So that's for both the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine Twin Flames. And then the underlying energy from the mini deck, which is just the standard Rider-Waite. Okay, we have the Two of Cups as the underlying energy, but going back a little bit, we see the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and then here is the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm seeing that underlying energy at work. And this could be at Thanksgiving yesterday as well, but I see someone working, but this Queen of Swords kind of telling them what to do and then not liking it. So although the work itself is okay, that there's a disconnect. There's two people not seeing eye to eye or a break in a partnership. Okay. But that's definitely relating to work stuff. So for the Divine Feminine, she got the Death card. That's the first card out. And the Magician, and then the Eight of Wands. Okay, so it definitely starts out with the Death card. Everything starts there. So it's about whether you've experienced a death on the Divine Feminine side recently, or the ending. I have the narcissistic Hierophant here from the Tarot of Sexual Magic underneath the Death card. So someone may have passed who was very conservative, and religious factors came out in this aisle as well. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So someone may have passed, or you may have ended a relationship with someone who was narcissistic. Looks like an older person. There's definitely manipulative energies here. Underneath the Magician, we have the Tower from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So there's definitely some third party or jealousy situation going on. And then we have relationship change, which is number 56, which is an 11. Under the Eight of Wands, which can be a passionate exchange, it can be the arrows of love, it can be expressing your feelings of love and passion, and underneath it is the King of Wands. So this energy is very nice, actually. It's very loving King of Wands energy here. with that Eight of Wands above it. We also have the Moon with the King of Wands, okay? So it's around the full moon. And a reconciliation on the Divine Feminine side. So some kind of reconciliation that happened at the full moon, maybe yesterday at Thanksgiving. Someone from your past is returning to your life, which would have been true for most families coming together yesterday. But there's something about the religious factors, whether it's religion or some other difference between your families at Thanksgiving yesterday. There's some kind of relationship change and reconciliation. But there's also some kind of narcissistic energy and has been left behind for sure. And those differences are being left behind. There's definitely some kind of major jealousy going on here. And manifestation, and some manipulation as well in this relationship change. But ultimately ends up being very beautiful at the full moon, a reconciliation with a great passionate exchange. So the ending was what came into this. There might have been a death before the holidays, or just an ending of the relationship, a marriage. It could be a job as well with the Magician. So then we get into the Rider-Waite. We got the Hierophant reverse, which is again confirming a break of contract and or a break of a marriage. We have the Page of Swords, which is small talk, news, messages, immature communication, and then we have the Knight of Wands, which is coming in passionately or moving around, getting busy physically, and then we have the King of Swords reversed. So definitely this Hierophant reverse has to do with an end in some kind of marriage or contract for sure that had a lot of negative energies attached to it. And the news about that came out. There may have been some jealousy around the news in this relationship change and whatever was discussed this week. But definitely getting busy physically with this King of Wands energy. And reconciliation with, so we have the Knight of Wands is just physically, passionately getting out of your house and getting busier. And then Thanksgiving may have helped with that for some of the Divine Feminines, just getting you out of being in hermit mode. And then we have the King of Swords, so the King of Swords still not being in their truth. So be careful about this reconciliation and make sure you stand up for what you want and not get into that same position of being controlled by someone else and giving them all what they want. So then on the masculine side, we have the Temperance card, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so we definitely have, I was getting that the Divine Masculine has been very patient in his affections with his family, but there's an end here to a family cycle. Something they may have brought up yesterday in the Tarot of Sexual Magic. We have the Three of Swords, the Fool, and then the Four of Swords. So it's definitely getting, there's definitely some kind of separation or heartbreak, that the Divine Masculine's been very patient around this, but it's time for him to love himself first in the Romance Angels. Okay, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So again, he's been very patient, taking one step at a time, but it's enough of this third-party heartbreak. He's had enough of people pulling his heartstrings. He's walking away from a intimate love relationship. And again, there's a family ending here, a completion cycle. And then we have this card, which is of people discussing where do we go from here. Okay, and there may be some talk about it with the sweet tweets up here, okay? Yeah, and this is all about him loving himself and giving affection to himself and being an individual. So here we have an 11. The Divine Feminine had 56, which was also an 11. So you have 11 on both sides mirroring each other. And then we have stay optimistic about your love life for the Divine Masculine. Okay? So positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And then the mini deck cards for the Divine Masculine, we have the Six of Wands, we have the Two of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Swords reversed, and the Seven of Wands reversed. So here I'm getting him, you know, leading the way, getting on his journey, breaking patterns, dropping the facade, putting down the sword, no longer, taking people down before they get him out of fear, and protecting their heart, instead letting go of that. So putting down the sword, and also then they could be feeling defenseless, but it's also about them standing up for themselves and not caring if people attack them, then that's their issue. Not reacting to it and learning to not care what other people think. So that's a big step for the Divine Masculine. But again, the underlying energy, was all about love and getting away right now. There's definitely at work, some people are not seeing eye to eye, and that might have been connected also to the personal life. There's definitely walking away on both sides, that there's definitely more jealousy on the Divine Feminine side. It looks like on the Divine Masculine side, it's kind of like long time coming, whatever this walking away is. That's already been understood that this was going to happen. It's like they're waiting for the holidays to be over to continue with this. So then I want to confirm again, so for the Divine Feminine, the first row, the Death and the Magician and the Feelings, we got the Queen of Pentacles in the middle there, surrounded by the King of Cups and the Page of Cups, both reversed. So some definitely negative water energy here on the feminine side, that she is being shown as the Queen of Pentacles, grounded. It could be someone else, but the Queen of Pentacles is very grounded and stable, but she's got all this kind of manipulative, moody water energy around her. Could be just moody kids and an ex or whoever this jealous person is. On the masculine side, clarifying, we have the Three of Cups came up, the Three of Cups, Four of Cups, the Four of Swords, and then the Nine of Cups was reversed, okay, as extra clarifications. And then at the bottom of the deck again came out the King of Wands. So he came out twice for both, and then specifically for the Divine Feminine. So for the masculine side, it's definitely about Thanksgiving yesterday. The Divine Masculine is definitely done integrating and meditating. He's still unsatisfied with the situation, so it looks like he's making a decision at this point. Yeah. Yep. Definitely looks like the masculine is learning how to love himself and give himself affection. And there's really not much specific feminine energy on either side. It's very masculine on both sides. And it's about dealing with those masculine energies and not reacting, learning to stay neutral and not get triggered. But it's great because the one feminine we do have that I clarified with was the Queen of Pentacles. She was good, and then the masculine energy around her, whether it was kids, who can be feminine too, but the kids, the water, the Page of Cups, and the King of Cups both reversed. Not paying attention to their moodiness. If they want to behave that way, they can. So that's great on the feminine side. She's showing that she is staying at 0 point and doing the things that she's learned to do, not get triggered. And the masculine is learning to ground and integrate when around others, and maybe learning to meditate as well, or just get away from everyone and just get some rest when they need to, when they're not feeling satisfied, and figure out what they need. Okay, so that's your reading. Have an amazing week, you guys. Rise and be loved. Take care. Bye.